Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back for some more water cooler talk here with the guy who's ready to quench all of our thirst here at the water cooler. Here he is, the baby boy and the star of a big week coming up here on RHAP. It's Brice Izyah. Brice, how are you?
Robert, I am doing well. I actually have a bone to pick with you from our last water cooler.
What?
With Heidi and Spencer.
Yes?
I was reading all the comments and everyone was saying, like, we can't wait until Rob tells Brice that he did a podcast with Spencer and Heidi.
Yes?
And when I rewatched the podcast, I feel like I can see it on the tip of your tongue. I'm like, why would you let me go on for 45 minutes like you don't know?
You were on a roll.
I'm like,
I was letting you cook.
I appreciate that. But I felt very silly because it all jogs in my memory. But, you know, that was my one little bone to pick with you. But I'm super excited for some more water cooler talk with the baby boy and Robert.
Yes, well, it's good to have you back here. And we did this last month, and we said, like, once a month, you know, we should just catch up and do a podcast. And you could tell me about different stuff that's on your mind. And that's what we're here to do here on the Water Cooler Talk. But this was a little bit of a kickoff for something that we talked about doing here with Brice for a little bit, where, hey, next week is a big week. It is Brice's birthday. I believe Brice is going to be 23 next week. And so we're here to celebrate Brice all week long and raise a little awareness around the Purple Pants podcast. And so here we are. It's the Brice Birthday Bash, the BBB for the PPP.
Yes, we trading the PPPs for the BBBs this week. I'm super excited to kick off the Brice Bash this week, releasing all new podcasts every day this week. And, you know, the podcast, the Purple Pants podcast, is an oldie but goodie. And I think it's time to remind the people that the baby boy is here. We're on RHAP, and we've got a lot of things cooking. So,
a lot of things cooking. So, Brice, this is what I like to do, just a little safety check. Okay, let's make sure everybody listening to the podcast, make sure earphones are in securely, okay? Make sure they're not going to fall out if you're moving around, okay? Also, let's also make sure, let's do a little subscriber check. Make sure, go to purplepantspodcast.com. Yes. Then there's links for Apple Podcast, Spotify, and then there's a button that says more options. If that's not one of the top two for you, then you click on that, and then you have all of the links. So make sure you're subscribed, because Brice is bringing you a ton of stuff.
Yes, I'm super excited to roll out a birthday bash worth of podcasts. And so, you know, I feel like, you know, a birthday gift to the baby boy this week would be subscribe to the Purple Pants podcast. Let's
unless you're getting Brice a different gift. If you have a different gift, then you don't have to subscribe. But if you didn't get Brice anything, you're gonna a little rude not to subscribe.
I mean, you know, they call me Cooper DeJean, okay? So I'm trying to catch a Super Bowl touchdown on my birthday.
On my birthday, yeah. Are you pumped up about the Eagles?
I am, Robert. The second we hit end on this podcast, I am clocking out of work, and I am going down to the Art Museum steps to celebrate in the Eagles' victorious win.
You didn't think it was boring, the Super Bowl?
Not at all. I mean, I'm sure if you were a Mahomes fan, you might have thought it was a little boring. No, I was screaming, jumping. I was super excited to see the Birds do their thing.
Yeah.
And we got our lick back, you know, a couple of years ago. They got the best of us, but we showed them. I also think, you know, a career high for Mahomes, 6 tackles. Okay, he ain't never been down that much in his life. Well, welcome to Philadelphia, even though we were in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay. And then what'd you do for the Super Bowl?
I just watched with a couple of friends, just something like super, super quiet. And then I did head downtown, but my phone got wet and people throwing stuff, so I couldn't even celebrate the content. But I was in my city of brotherly love and celebrating Saquon Barkley, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Hurts. So yeah, it's a big win for the Eagles. Okay.
All right. So Brice, what's on your mind today? And by the way, next week we're gonna get into It's a Look coming up on Thursday. Brice's actual birthday, we'll be celebrating together for Issa Look, talking about the Survivor 48 cast here on RHAP.
Ooh, I can't believe it's Survivor 48. I remember
You were
a
on Survivor
blinking
28.
28. We don't need to do the math. It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy. And again, I'm very partial to spring seasons. Cagayan premiered in the spring. And I feel like when Survivor airs in the spring, Rob, it's like or when we have a spring season, it starts in February, it's cold, it's snowy, and then it ends and it's warm and sunny. So I love a spring season of Survivor. So I can't wait to get into Issa Look and, crown a Issa Look winner.
Okay. All right. We'll do that next week. But what are we talking about today?
Robert, we got a lot of things to talk about. Couple updates. I feel like from the last water cooler, my performance evaluation, I didn't get my jean pass, so I'm wearing, a little jean something.
Yes.
But for them to deny me my jean passes, they had the nerve, Robert, when the Eagles won, they gave out passes to everybody. So now everyone has a free jean pass. You can use one Friday.
Is it only Friday? You can't wear a jean pass on Thursday?
So, I mean, Monday through Thursday, corporate attire, business casual, and then Friday is like casual. But how is it casual Fridays if you can't even wear jeans? You need a jean pass. Robert, listen, I don't want to get too hype about this because that's last water cooler, but I have a couple of things I need to share with you. I feel like I need to introduce you to your TikTok nieces. I introduced you to Charles and Miss Netta. Charles, your lunch is ready.
Are they still going?
I mean, they're still going. I don't know if their popularity is still going. They've had some highs and lows. The internet loves to build you up, to bring you down. But I feel like TikTok is making the right people famous. Have you heard of Aunt D?
No.
You've never heard of Shayana?
No.
You've never heard of Brianna?
No.
Have you heard of not my Ariana Grande shirt?
No.
Okay. All right. So let me.
That's not what my For You page is like. But I don't watch TikTok first of all. Like I watch like only like for like life tips.
Okay. What's the one of the most recent life tips you've learned from TikTok?
Just like life advice and just I don't have anything off the the top of my mind. Yeah.
Sound like it's working out well for you, Robert.
I'm hanging in there.
So, but I especially love this family. They're from Tennessee, and her name is Aunt D, and she has two special needs daughters that are in their 30s. I want to say Shayana is 32, and Brianna is 28. I believe they're on the autistic spectrum. Brianna is nonverbal, and one that's just very special to my heart. I have a niece that's autistic and she's nonverbal, and her name is Brianna. So I feel like there's a connection there. But Aunt D is Aunt D in her mental health world. So she started this maybe like 2-3 years ago, where she is a single mother and she's dealing with her special needs children. And it can be a lot. Me with my social worker background, my education background, it can be a lot. And sometimes you need a place to vent. And so Aunt D just kind of took I want to say Facebook, and she just kind of started documenting what her life was like, venting to her community about what it's like being a single mother. And she kind of shifted to TikTok, and she kind of started showing us Shayana and Bria. And Shayana is verbal, and Shayana is the star of the show. Shayana is Beyoncé. She is limited, but she's very high functioning. And Shayana is really into her makeup, her nails, and she loves Ariana Grande. And she has the Ariana Grande shirts. And I think one of the things that made them really popular was Shay was with her sister one day, and Bria, her sister, sometimes has spells, and she got a little physical with Shay, and she pulled her shirt, and there was this huge meme of like, not my Ariana Grande shirt. You ripped my Ariana Grande shirt. And so it just kind of since then has gone viral. And we just love Shay and Brianna. And Shay is we call her Aunt D, but when Shay gets frustrated, because Aunt D is a lot. all Shay wants to do is she wants to go to her room and relax. And so her mom will say, like,
Same.
okay, listen, Shay is all of us. And if you
Yeah.
don't know who Shay is, you need to familiarize yourself with us. But listen, Shay just wants to put on her press-on nails. She wants to watch Sailor Moon and she wants to relax. And so her mom is always bothering her, where she'll come in and she'll be like, Shayana, what you doing?
Auntie is the mom?
Auntie is mom.
Okay.
And so Auntie is like always giving us
She's
a glimpse
auntie to us.
Auntie to us. But to Shay, when Shay get mad, she's Deanna. Okay, she was, stop it, Deanna. Leave me alone, Deanna. Stop it, Deanna. And Auntie be like, there you go, calling me by my first name. But we really do just love them. And Shay can sing. And Auntie shows us Shay goes to a day program. And so they do like I guess you want to say like a talent show. And so Shay can sing. And so that's also a surprise. We also have like a little heartbreak where last year they did a prom and Shay's date stood her up. So Shay is also looking for a boyfriend. Me and Shayana have a lot of things in common. Shayana is looking for a black man. She specifically wants a black man. I just want specifically a man. And Shayana wants to rest. And so there was a very popular hair influencer. His name is Jonathan Wright. He saw the videos and reached out to Aunt D and Shay. And now monthly, he is doing their hair. So they've cultivated this relationship. But you just have to do some time to just get into the lore of Aunt D, Shay, and Brianna. Auntie's a mess. Like, there's no other way for me to put it. Auntie's a lot. And so we tend to side with...
She has 2 adult special needs daughters.
She does, but Auntie is still a lot. Shay just be wanting to mind her business. And mind you, Shay, again, I can't say enough. Shay's into her makeup. Shay will make herself dinner. Shay will fold the clothes. She'll do the laundry. It's really Shay's house. I feel like Shay's the mom and Aunt D and Bria are the daughter. But we know her from this... You pour my Ariana Grande shirt. She's always singing Ariana Grande songs, My Boyfriend, and all of these other funny, really things. And so there's a positive update. I'm just telling you all of this to say that people started, after they got kind of famous on TikTok because we made the right people famous, they started they put their P.O. box in. And so people started sending them gifts. And so Shayana has about 1 million Ariana Grande shirts. She loves Ariana Grande. She loves Nicki Minaj. And people always kept tagging Ariana Grande, like, Ariana Grande, girl, like, where are you at?
Yeah.
Do you see Shay? Shay loves you. And so Ariana Grande hasn't ever responded to Shay. And it hasn't been that great. However, while 2 weeks ago, while Ariana Grande is doing her press tour for Wicked, the hairstylist, Jonathan, hairstylist in the community, he made some things happen. And so Shay finally got to meet Ariana Grande.
Yes.
And it was just the most wholesome thing ever. And I just felt like you needed to know about Shay and Brianna. Mind you, I don't feel like I'm doing them justice because they all are... It's a lot. I feel like I'm giving you the very...
Should I bring it up?
You should look up some videos of them. But especially the Not My Ariana Grande shirt. That's the funniest thing ever. And I just love the fact that, again, it's bringing awareness to parents that have children with special needs. And also it is showing us that you may be on the autistic spectrum. You may have what they label as a disability, but it's really your superpower. And Shay is just so beautiful. She's so bright. She's so funny. Shay cuss. Shay get frustrated. Every time my mom asks her to do something, she'd be like, not right now, Deanna. Not right now, Deanna. I got my nails on. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so it's just like they really are such a bright light. And every night before I go to sleep, when I'm not watching cooking videos, when I'm not going down the mystic dive of YouTube, I'm getting into Shay and Aunt D in a mental health world. And again, it's just sometimes we make the wrong people famous. Not saying Charles and Miss Netta didn't deserve to be famous, but it kind of went.
But it's sounding a little bit like you're saying Charles and Miss Netta didn't deserve to be famous.
Charles and Miss Netta had a lot going on. Like, Charles and Miss Netta are from a small town down south. And so I think them being exposed to such a large base, like, you only know what you know, right? Because Charles and Miss Netta started going down the lore of, do you know what Canal Street is, Robert, in New York?
Okay, what that I've heard of it.
So, it's a place where you could get counterfeit bags and different stuff. Like,
Okay,
everybody
I
knows
didn't know
little.
about that part. Yeah.
Okay, well, you listen, you get Louis, you get all this stuff. And so, again, Charles and Miss Netta, they're from a small town. They're
Mm-hmm.
limited in what they know. And so Miss Netta started getting on video in black paper bags and saying, like, Charles and I just came back from the Louis store. And she's pulling out Louis bags in trash bags.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're expecting us to say, oh, Louis must be experimenting with new different bags. And so Charles and Miss Netta just kind of like, I think their heads got a little big. And I
That's
think,
what happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
the internet will humble you.
Here,
But
show me, Brice. Okay, so all right, so I brought up. Okay, which one of these
so
should we look at?
that is Shay in the
Okay.
bonnet. And so this
Yes.
is that video is one of the videos when they're receiving their gifts. I think this might where Shay is. I think Shay, she just is receiving a gift and she's saying, like, God bless you, God bless you. And I think this might be one
Yes.
of the
What
videos.
about this one? Is this where Ariana Grande comes over?
That's them meeting Ariana Grande.
Okay, here, let me see.
The funniest thing
I
that
drag the
everyone
slider. Hold on.
in the comments are saying is that, and that's Brianna with the headphones on. And mind you, everyone's like,
I gotta make the bus. Hold on. Okay.
Brianna is sitting next to Ariana Grande, and Brianna could care less. Okay, Bree be in her own world, and that's Jonathan right in the front.
Who's Jonathan?
Jonathan's the hairstylist.
Ah. Okay.
And so he's really become a part of their family. But that's Ariana Grande. We can't really see Shay, but that's Bria. Now, Bria also was the star of the show.
Are they going to be singing Ariana Grande? YouTube's not going to like that if we play the Ariana Grande song.
So I think this video might have that. Well, that's Ashanti. Shout out to Ashanti.
Okay. Yeah.
But
okay, I'll play with no sound on. Okay. So here they are, and this isn't even their clip. Okay. So where is is Brianna with the headphones on?
That's Brianna. Couldn't care less. She don't care. She's sitting next to Ariana Grande. That's what Brianna going to do. Brianna minds her business. Brianna listens to RHAP. She listens to Gorilla, Sexy Red, Kevin Gates. Okay. Brianna's a little ratchet. Okay. She likes the ratchet music. But it's just, again, so amazing. And that's Shay with the bonnet. And that's them receiving some of their gifts that they get from their P.O. box. And mind you, Shay's always like, thank you, God bless you. Thank you, God bless you. And we just love Shay. And then that's Aunt D with the glasses.
Yeah. This is Shay?
This is Shay.
Okay, here, let me
this
play
is when Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, that's her. That's her. That's what I'm talking about. That's her. I know that hurt. Baby, gonna cry in my heart. I love her so much. And she said, "Oh, you wanna hug me? Oh, you wanna hug me? Oh, I'ma hug you. I'ma hug you. Oh, bless your heart. I'll hug you, Shay."
So you have to understand, that's like me. That's like Little Kim or Destiny's Child responding to me on a post. So that was Ariana Grande forever acknowledging Shay. And so Shay had a moment. But mind you, again, Shay is a hoot and a holler, and we love them. And I just felt like you should know about your nieces over there on TikTok, Shay and Brianna Robert.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's next for them?
Well, I don't know.
Ariana Grande.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Shay is Shay's prom is coming up. So Shay, her date stood her up last year. And so she's really been on this hunt for a boyfriend. And so the hairstylist, Jonathan, is going to be taking her to her prom this year. So Shay is really excited about this prom that's coming up. That's all she keeps talking about. So I can't wait to see when Jonathan glams her up and we could just get to just see some black girl magic. And it's just really special. I think when you do some time and you watch their videos and you see their day-to-day life, it really just makes you smile. And it's very wholesome, even though Aunt D is a little ratchet. Aunt D be ratchet.
What kind of prom is she going to?
So I think she goes to a day program.
Yeah.
And so I think that like every year around high school proms, they just do a prom every year.
Yeah.
And so Shay, again, is into the fashion, into the makeup, into like, she does her own makeup, her own lashes. Like she's very high functioning. And so she really looks forward to this type of stuff. And last year, her boyfriend stood her up. And
It's not right.
not right at all. And so that's kind of sort of how we met Shay and Brianna when Auntie was introducing them to us. And Shay was like really upset and looking for a boyfriend. I'm like, me too, Shay. Me too.
Maybe you should make a TikTok.
Maybe, maybe my man will listen to the Brice Bash this week and slide into those DMs. Who knows?
Talk about Lil' Kim.
Destiny's Child, Beyonce.
Yeah.
It kind of trickles over to my next topic. You've heard of Cowboy Carter?
Yes. Album of the year.
Album of the year. Okay, we don't need a CMA over here. We could take the album of the year from the Grammys. And she had an announcement that was supposed to come out January 14th. But due to the wildfires in LA, she postponed. And then she announced that Cowboy Carter was going on tour. I really was hoping that she would announce Act 3 of her trilogy, because the sooner we can get to Act 3 and she can kind of get all of these acts out the way is the faster we can get to a Destiny's Child reunion album, Robert.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. What is Act 3?
So
Act 3 of what? The Lion King.
Rush Hour 3. Okay. So Beyonce released Act 1, Renaissance. She released Act 2, Cowboy Carter. When she released Renaissance, she let us know that it was going to be a 3-peat. So Act 3
that's what the Chief said too.
I hope she doesn't get sacked 6 times. Yeah, I don't know what they thought. The Eagles are the closest thing to a 3-peat at this point. Now I just had a flashback of Tom Brady seeing him on the Super Bowl looking a little relieved that Mahomes wasn't going, take his record. But so Cowboy Carter, I don't know if you know about all of the stuff that's going on with Ticketmaster, Live Nation, how hard it is to get tickets nowadays, Robert.
Ticketmaster, I know people do not like the Ticketmaster.
I don't understand what's going on. Like, I don't understand why this is the only place that we can get tickets. I digress. Trying to breathe because it's a lot going on. So the Cowboy Carter, the Renaissance 2 years ago, it was almost impossible. The waiting list so long. You're in a waiting room with 36,000 people to get tickets to these shows. It just was a mess. And so Ticketmaster was sued, and they supposedly got it fixed. Well, here we are to the Cowboy Carter, Robert. And Monday, I'm in the waiting room. I'm like, oh, we about to, and I expect to pay the price.
Yeah.
But the price does have a limit. And when I went to the Renaissance store, I paid around like $300, $350, no fees included, because fees is another $100. So that's what in my mind I'm thinking. And so, I got the Beehive presale. So I'm in Ticketmaster and I'm looking, Robert, and I finally get in. It's not a lot left. And these tickets for the nosebleeds is like $700-800.
Wow.
$1,300.
Where are you going to see her? In Philly?
So, Robert, and that's another thing. Miss Beyonce Giselle knows Carter. This Cowboy Carter tour seems to be limited, Robert. She's not even coming to Philadelphia. She's only going to select cities. So now I have to travel to New Jersey. She's going to be in New Jersey for 4 stops. And so now I'm competing with people from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut. And then I get in after waiting for 45 minutes. And you talk about section 703, row Z, seat 99 and 98, $1,300.
Wow.
So I'm panicking, Robert. I don't know what to do. I'm like, what do I do? Because I want to see Cowboy Carter. So I reluctantly, now I don't know what happened, and this isn't any Wendy Williams conservatorship like her son after the new information that's coming out. However, my mom's credit card happened to be attached to my Ticketmaster. I don't know how that happens. So I called Barb. I said, Barb, it's an emergency. My mom said, go ahead. So I said, ugh.
Yeah.
So I secured 2 tickets. Paid an arm, a leg, and a knee.
Yeah.
And so not really happy, but I'm saying, okay, Robert, I'm going to the Cowboy Carter. Then I get an email notification that City Card and Verizon presale is tomorrow. So Tuesday. So I'm like, well, I got a City Card. I have Verizon. Let's see what we can do. So I get into the City presale, Robert,
Yeah.
and I was 12,000 people were ahead of me. Same show that I've just purchased some tickets to. And I get in, and the tickets are what I thought they should be. They're around 300, 400 for a section. So I'm like, oh. So I order them. Then I go on the TikTok. Shout out to the TikTok. Because now the Beehive and other people are coming out saying that the stark differences in prices from the Beehive presale from Ticketmaster than the City and Verizon. So not y'all trying to steal the money. Anyway, you can return your tickets. On Ticketmaster, they're allowing you to return it because so many people have such an uproar. However, I said to my mom, do you want to make some money? Because listen, we can keep these tickets and we can resell them. Because, you know, on Ticketmaster now had like they got rid of StubHub. Do you remember StubHub, Robert?
Yeah, they got rid of StubHub?
Well, Ticketmaster essentially acquired StubHub.
Yeah.
So you used to like buy a ticket and then you could sell it
secondary
on
market. Yeah.
Right. But now in Ticketmaster, you could just resell your tickets. And that is what Ticketmaster was accused of, Robert, was that like they would say all these tickets are available. And then when you get in there, they're not available. But now all of these resale tickets are being sold at astronomical high prices. But it's like, well, who bought these original tickets? So they were accusing Ticketmaster, all of that. So needless to say, going to Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
May 28th.
But the $1,200 tickets, you were going to be able to sell them for more than $1,200?
You can resell. Well, you wait till closer and there's no tickets available. However, I was able to return them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not like they was on my credit card. So, not a problem to me. But no, so we were able to return them. But now people are talking about a class action lawsuit to the Ticketmaster because why are these Beehive price? Why were they so like they really were trying to get us Beehive members? And I'm not even really a Beehive member, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a RHAP. That's the club I belong to.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot, Robert. I was going through it. And
I think COVID broke the concerts. That I think that like after COVID, everybody's like, well, I got to get to these concerts. And, you know, like I'd love to see like how much concerts cost in 2019.
$30.
Yeah. No, I just think that people are like that COVID happened. And then so many people are just like, YOLO, I gotta go. I don't care how much it costs. Like, I gotta see Beyonce. I gotta see Taylor Swift, and I'll pay any amount of money to do it. I don't care.
It's crazy. It's not right. We're on a limited budget. Eggs are $32 a dozen. I mean, I don't know how people with children
Did
do
Ticketmaster get involved with the eggs? Is that what happened?
I think so. I think they reselling the eggs, Robert, because it doesn't make sense. I had to text Charlie on the day of the Beehive presale to calm me down because I'm like, Charlie, you're a Swiftie. I know for the Eras tour, you would have had to kind of somewhat go through this. Charlie
Did he help?
He didn't really help. He just said, yeah, I know what you're going through.
Did he help with getting the class action lawsuit started?
He's working on it.
Okay.
They're working on it. And mind you, I want to be a part of it because I feel like me and my mom were robbed. But we were able to request a refund. And so I was able to purchase my tickets. And so now with the Renaissance tour, Rob, everyone was wearing white, very disco-esque. Cowboy Carter, very cowboy-esque. Robert, I'm trying to be in some chaps.
You have a cowboy look?
I'm figuring it out. But, you know, I know my look. I want to be in some chaps.
Yeah.
With the cheeks out. Okay? Okay. I want to be on theme this year, Robert.
Now, are you going with Barb?
I'm not going with Barb.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my best friend,
Yeah.
Dara. And we've connected. We've been friends for over like 25 years. And so like she loves
Mhm.
Beyonce. So it should be super fun for us. But again, it's like you shouldn't have to go an
Yeah.
arm and a leg
Yeah, and you gotta go to Jersey where you're gonna
and
stay.
Jersey.
Yeah. You gotta get a
And
hotel.
people, well, I mean, I'm gonna what's his name? What's your brother name, Rob?
My brother lives on Long Island. You're not
Uh,
getting any closer to you just stay at Mike Turner's house.
I'm gonna stay at your brother's house and then I'll just drive in from the city. So yeah, it's a lot, Robert. And then on top of all
When's
of
the
this,
concert?
it's May 28th.
Okay.
Now, because the tour is significantly shorter than the last tour, Robert. Again, she's not coming to Philadelphia. She's not hitting a lot of major markets. And people are suspecting that at the end of this, there's like a Beyonce tour poster, and it has Las Vegas at the end. No Las Vegas tickets are available. So now people are speculating that the tour is so limited because the tour will end and then she's going to start a residency. Now, you know, I got to go to the residency too. Like, it's like Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it. I don't got it.
But you don't have what?
I don't have the funds, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a single father of a turtle. My turtle, Kimmy, and Allie Lasher is her godmother. Kimmy eats a lot. Okay. The prices of groceries, you know, to fly over the Gulf of America, it's a lot happening, Robert.
I don't think you have to fly over the Gulf of America to get to Vegas.
I don't know. I just don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
If
Beyonce residency.
Yeah.
Maybe have you thought about maybe you and Wendell do a residency and then it's just that you just set up shop, you have a residency, and every week people come to Vegas for the watch party. Instead of you having to schlep all around the country, you just set up in one place.
Robert, you might be on to something, okay? We might have to do a residency in North Carolina.
Okay. I mean, Vegas, you get different people every week. We'll have the same people every time in North Carolina.
Quite all right. I know my girl Nicole knows how to throw a party, so you know we could tap.
She does know how to throw a party. She's very good at that.
My one of my life bingo cards is to get invited to that Cesternino neighborhood holiday party.
Well, it comes very close to the holidays. So you got to be traveling like on December 23rd.
Listen, I just want to ring the doorbell, have a little casserole.
Yeah.
See the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going, so I'm excited, and I probably will go to the residency Vegas or Vegas residency if it permits. But in the midst of all of this drama with Cowboy Carter, then it snowed. Did you guys get snow?
We got snow a couple of weeks ago, but not recently.
So we got snow. I want to say it's Tuesday,
Okay.
and so Monday the Beyonce presale, Tuesday snow in the city presale, and I got to get to work. And it's snowing. And I live in a very nice neighborhood. Dr. Amanda is my neighbor. I could walk 2 blocks and see her, walk 3 blocks and see James. It's
Wow.
an older, established neighborhood. So we have a mixed crowd. We've got some older people. And I have 2 neighbors that I have an affinity for. Well, they have an affinity for me. Lois and Carol. They live, they're like next door neighbors. And so I had to work on Monday. So when it snowed, you know, parking is very sus in the
Lois
city.
and Carol live next door to you.
They live next door to each other, but they live up maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 6 houses up from me.
Okay. They live in different houses, Lois and Carol. Okay.
Yes. We really like Lois. We just speak to Carol.
Got
it. Lois during Pride Month, she'll put out like a pride flag. And I lied to you not, Robert. Every time I'm like walking to my car or I'll see Lois, Lois likes to sit on her porch. Lois will be like, "Hi, Brice." And then she'll point to her flag.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
is that the right move? Is she doing it right?
Robert, I don't know. And I
Okay.
don't know what I'm supposed to say to it. But like literally, like in the month of June, and I see Lois, she'll be, hey, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it's a bit much, but I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
given the state of the country at
It
this
could be
point,
worse. Right.
I appreciate it. So I appreciate it. I ain't mad at you, Lois. And then she baked some cookies around the
Yeah.
holiday time. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm setting this up. We got Cowboy Carter. I got to rush to get to work, log online. Got to bring my own laptop because I can't use my work laptop. But listen, it doesn't matter. So I get up early because normally, Robert, when it snows, I enjoy shoveling. Like I put on a podcast and I will shovel. And you got to shovel your car out, your sidewalk. Now, normally, when it's a snow day, I don't have to work. I will shovel Lois and them out. Like I don't mind, like, because once I get going, it's fun. Like, and it's like a workout. However, I'm like, it snowed. I'm like, oh, great. It's like enough snow that I actually have to shovel. So I'm thinking like, okay, I got to get to work. I got to shovel my car. I got to warm my car up. I'm like, I don't got time for Lois and Carol today.
Okay. You shovel Carol too.
So they're like next to each other. So it's like, I really can shovel Lois and then just do a little on Carol, and it makes a difference.
Okay.
So I wake up early because I'm like, let me get out here early so I could just shovel and go. Right. So I shovel my sidewalk, Robert. Boom, 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 boom. I go start my car on, turn my car on. My car has all-wheel drive, so I don't really need to shovel my car out. I'm just going to drive out. It's not that much snow. But I do want to shovel in front of my home because I don't want nobody to slip or fall. You know, the way my homeowner's insurance is set up, the liability is low. The liability is a liability. So after I shovel, put my little shovel up, then I go get my keys and I start my car. Look, it's 7:15, Robert.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Lois is outside. And I'm like, this is what I wanted to avoid. And Lois is shoveling her car out. But it's like, girl, you don't need to shovel this out. Like, you can just drive over it. Now, mind you, Lois does have an older car. It's like a 1999. She always says that because, okay, lot to unpack here. So different layers. So when it snows, I generally like to park near Lois's house because it's not that congested and there are other prime spots. So if I were in a prime spot and I shovel my car out and put a cone in front of my house, not at a
like
staff
Nicole
meeting,
used to do.
yes, people will move it. But if you park near Lois's house, it's like people don't really. So it's like I tend to always park there around the snow time.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. So, but it's not a lot of snow. Like you should shovel it in front of your house because it could, like when the sun comes out, it'll melt and ice, all of that. So anyway, I go to start my car and I'm like, oh, Lois is out. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to clean my car off right now. I'm going to go back in my house, finish getting ready for work. But she's shoveling and like, again, you don't need to shovel your car. You can just drive out. So I get dressed for work, come back out. She's still out there. She hasn't made much progress. And so I'm like, hey, Lois. She's like, hey. And so try to keep it moving, you know. Hey, Lois, keep it moving. So now I'm getting to my car. And then I look over and Lois is right next to me. And she's like, do you have to go somewhere? And so I don't know how to answer this, Robert.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yes.
I've got to work.
I gotta go to work. And so Lois is like, oh, okay, good. She's like, my shows don't come on until 10:30. Mind you, Robert, it's 7:30. Girl, why are you out here? So she's like, do you want me to help you brush your car off?
Okay.
No, Lois, I don't need you to help me brush my car off because how I brush my car off, Robert, I'm going to get in my car,
and drive
click, turn my windshield wipers off and go on about my day. So I'm like, oh, no, Lois, it's okay. I got it. She's like, okay. So then she goes back to shoveling, which I don't like to see her shovel, but I am in somewhat of a rush.
Right.
So it's like, I can't help you today. So then getting in my car, then she knocks on my window.
Mm-hmm.
Roll my window down. I'm like, hey, Lois. And she's like, I can't listen to you. I got to make sure you get to work on time. So then Lois starts brushing the snow off of my car. Robert,
With what? What'd she have?
So she's the shovel now is to the side, and she has her own little like shovel brush.
Yeah. Okay.
Robert, it's a setup because let me just tell you, it's a setup. First of all, you know, we got neighbors. How does it look? This elderly woman, first of all, it's outside shoveling. I'm moving to my car. Now I'm sitting in my car and she's brushing the snow off of my car. So I had to get out. I'm like, no, Lois, it's okay. She was like, no, I don't want you to be late.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to get out of my car, Robert. And now I have to take Lois's shovel. And now I'm shoveling her car out that doesn't need to be shoveled out.
Well, what was she saying?
She was like, no, you don't need to do that. Lois, girl, that's why you shoveling the snow off of my car or wiping it off. Because it's like I felt like she really wanted me to just shovel her car out. But you don't need to shovel it out, Lois.
But where's she have to go?
But here's the thing, though, Robert. I have learned this lesson. You do have to get the snow off of your car the day that it snows. If you let it sit a day overnight, it will freeze.
Right.
So now I'm shoveling this out that doesn't need to be shoveled out. And then I'm like, well, I guess I got to clean her car off too. So as I'm cleaning
she has the brush.
And let's also keep in mind, Robert, this is why I'm outside at 7:15 in the morning to avoid all of this.
Yeah.
And then as I am cleaning Lois's car out, guess who decides to come on out?
Freaking Carol.
Freaking Carol. Then she joins the
Now, do you get any lenience at work of like, okay, it's a snow day, just get here safe. We don't care what time you get here?
No. So they will maybe sometime give us 2-hour delays, but at this point, we didn't have any 2-hour delay. And at this point, it's like, I just want to get to work so I could set up my computers. So
and
that
get
I
the
can
tickets.
And get the tickets. And now Carol comes outside. And now it's like, I'm shoveling off Louise's car. I can't now not leave Carol's car. At this, like, but again, it's so frustrating, Robert, because it's like I came outside at 7 o'clock to avoid all of this. I just want to get in my car and go. Now I'm shoveling out two people's cars that doesn't need to be shoveled out. You could just drive out and they're not going nowhere. Like, I could look out my window right now, Robert. Lois's car is still there.
Yeah.
It's a setup. It's a setup. I should have just got in my car and drove off. I knew when she knocked on my window. I knew do you have to be anywhere?
Well,
yes, work. And she's like, oh, let me help you shovel your car off so I can get the time. Girl, hey, you don't need to.
Next time you sleep at work.
Well, no. Next time, I'm not parking by Carol house. I'm just
when it snows.
I'm just gonna park in a more desirable spot. And when I leave, if I leave, somebody takes my spot, they can have it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't mind shoveling them out. You know, when it's a real snow day and it takes work, I don't mind. Do you shovel?
So I did shovel. We really don't get that much snow, but I shovel because I'm afraid it's going to turn into ice. So I'm like, I don't want to have the whole driveway just be ice after this. Like we really like the snow that we've gotten was like an inch of snow.
But did it shut the whole city down? Because normally in cities like yours,
yes, it did. My kids that week that it snowed on Tuesday night. The kids didn't go back to school until Friday, delayed opening. Then 2.5 days of snow cancellations. And look, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of teachers listen. I think the teachers were like, let's listen. What are we doing?
You know they build snow. Well, I don't know about in your area, but they build snow days into the school year.
Mhm.
You know they build about 2 weeks of snow. They build 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in
probably
our
not
area.
here.
Yeah, but the kids they had out that day too as well. Like
Mhm.
then they have off on
Yeah.
President's Day on Monday.
But I
like,
hate it. I hate every holiday and snow day because I work from home. Like this is like it's that the only peace I get is when everybody else goes and does what they're supposed to be doing.
If you had an opportunity to go to the White House
Yes.
during a different era and Dominic came with you, do you think would you put Dominic on your shoulders and speak to the people?
Well, Dominic is a big guy. He's 11, so I don't even know. I think it would be very weird scene for him to be. I wouldn't know what he was going to say. So, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Robert, that's my water.
Yes.
I feel like this is.
What are you doing for your actual birthday?
It's a look.
Yeah, but that's not it's not, we're not going to do it's a look and then you're going to go to bed.
It is. Well, actually, once you get over 24, birthdays are birthdays. So nothing really too special. I'm going to do a spa day and I convinced Wendell, got my Groupon yesterday. We're going to go get colonics.
Okay, so I do not know a colonic. Can you explain that to me if it's not too personal?
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, your digestive system and your digestive health is important. And sometimes, you need to, it's good to clean yourself out.
Yeah.
And so they have like these like spa-like colonics. You can get in the room by yourself. You get in the room like you get in a room with like, there's literally on the group item, it's like a room up to 5 people. I don't know how that will work. But I told Wendell, I was like, we're getting the 2 people in a room. And so essentially like it's like, just clean yourself out. But it's like,
but how does it how does it work? What happens to you? What do you do?
So there's 2 ways that I've seen. One is like you're laying down and essentially they like flow water. There's like a tube, they flow water through your body.
Okay.
And the
it's
water
like an enema.
Like an enema, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
And the things flow in and out. Then there's like other ones where there's like, it's kind of like you sit. And so, but it's really good. It's supposed to be really relaxing. And so that's, health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
You can't get a colonic without your best friend. So that's what I am doing. I'm dragging Wendell to get a colonic with
Wow. Okay. Will you make any social media content out of this?
I think I have to.
Yeah.
I think I have to. But they're good. They're good for your digestive system. It's like, you shouldn't get them too often, but you should get them often enough. So like, let this be your sign.
Now I'm nervous to hear about this because I feel like on the TikTok also, like I see a lot of TikTok, like this is what you need to do every single day from like, oh, great. Now I got to start doing this now.
It's listen. Got to clean yourself out, Rob. I mean, listen, they had a room for 5 if you're not doing nothing.
I don't know. Like it's not something that I have done, but like I'm like, what if I watch enough TikToks about it? I'm like, I'm not doing that. I got to be doing that now.
Just clean yourself. Listen, and quick way to lose a couple pounds for the tour. No, but I'm excited. I've never had one before, so I'm excited to experience it with my best friend, and I will report back to you.
Yeah, let me know how it goes. Okay, at least for if not for it's a look, then when we next time we get together. Okay,
it's a smell.
Whoa. Okay. So, Brice's birthday bash Do Brice a solid. Go to purplepantspodcast.com. The least you can do, if you're already subscribed, make sure you leave a star rating.
Yes.
Mhm.
Subscribe. Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
a lot of great things coming out this week. I'm super excited. Premiering new podcast, Binging with Brice. On the scripted side of RHAP, I'm covering Landman. Chappelle and I this week are, Black History Month. We're talking about Luther Vandross. We've got the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, Casual Tea with Amon, a lot to cover there. I've got Brooke Camhigh and we are doing the first look at Amazing Race season 37. Barb's message this week. So the Purple Pants Posse is showing out for the BBB, the Brice Birthday Bash. I hope you come and join the party. We'll leave the door open for you.
Okay. All right. Well, Brice, this is so fun when we get together for the water cooler talk. So we'll get back together next month and do it again. Thank you so much for listening. We love to hear what you have to say in the comments here on YouTube as well. So thank you so much. Take care and enjoy Brice's Birthday Bash.